I guess they swapped. Sort of, what's this girl's name? Anna or something like that. I guess they swapped her and Karen's roles around. It is a dapper looking dude.
I agree.
That's Cliff. Yeah, there we go. Oh my.
He moves fast.
A little forward. Cece said, if memory serves, to avoid the bad connotations, the first Harvest Moon for the NES, for the SNES, changed the name of alcoholic drinks to juices.
Okay, so you can get grape liquor. Okay.
Yeah, they did that a lot. Like, yeah, give you a lot of people that fell over after drinking it, right? Yeah, wasn't there like in one of the Final Fantasies, they changed bar to cafe and stuff like that? I remember this, like the big list of censorship of the NES and Super Nintendo era, and yeah. I think my favorite one was I think it was original Dragon Quest, where they changed the crosses on gravestones to Stars of David. It's like, ooh, and it's, yeah.
Let's be friends. Here we go.
This is a pretty loud... Yeah, and let us know if the music is too loud or anything here, because it definitely picked up when we went to the bar.
You mean the nightclub, darling?
No, I mean the late afternoon to evening club.
Well, he said to come on up, but I don't... Is that... Oh, he might be there in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Where I can barely see him. Maybe? Nope. Huh. Well, he said come up and see me sometime. But, we can't. Okay.
What's the second floor of the... Well, this is the inn.
This
right?
is the inn.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, well.
That's pretty catchy, yeah. Especially compared to the fact that there's like no music going on here. You expect that like this is the kind of thing that would start playing after midnight, in a game. But here it is. It's like 6 o'clock. The sun is probably still out.
Well, it's just barely set, I think.
Mind you, Harvest Moon for the SNES has some pretty epic translated lines. CC mentioned, if you walk up to the stove before you've learned any recipes, it asks you to, quote, confirm the origin of
I seem
fire.
to remember that.
Oh my, that's pretty great.
It's the deadbeat! Stop! Stop! Oh, you can't talk to him.
Oh, see, that guy running around reminds me.
Stop!
No time to talk to old people. That in you remember that the fast zombie running around in Huntsman's Copes and Dark Souls 2? So a couple times he was like 3 times as fast as everybody else.
I think so, yeah.
Apparently he has like a really high he has like a really high chance of dropping rare stuff if you do manage to kill him.
Huh. So. Okay. So I now have finally kind of figured out what I'm doing with the game.
Right.
So this is good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep on mining until I get cash enough to do some of the other things that I need to do.
Right.
But first, I will need to do
I wonder if the
watering cans.
Yeah, I wonder how frequent the harvest is in this one. Is it like once per season, or
It's going to be more than that.
Right. I guess she does.
I guess if you don't have any other food, you just make sandwiches. Uh-oh.
Woman, get in the kitchen and make yourself a sandwich? Okay.
Where's my doggy? There you are.
You gotta get Leon out of the rain. On the bright side, you don't have to water any of it today.
There you go.
Yeah, good boy.
And I
Let's say
think
Leon's a horse, the Plaga's the dog.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think Leon stays in the stable until he becomes a horse. So.
Right. Even though that's not how ponies work.
I sure hope I'm doing that right, by the way.
Yeah, until you can afford a
Because usually they give the little heart icon if you do it right. So.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that's probably the best you can do for right now. Yeah, maybe it doesn't count until it grows up.
No, because I was saying to do that.
That's I said to do that, right? And it does. And you can't interact with it, and it clearly does. Nom nom nom.
Nope.
Oh,
wait. It was square to do that.
Right. Oh, was that a?
I don't know.
Looks like a blue clover-looking thing. Can you grab that? Interesting. I wonder what that is. Check it out and look at it. It is bluegrass. A little. Okay, so it's just another.
And also silver.
I have a feeling that ore is going to be more valuable. So.
Nom.
Assuming that the things you picked up automatically, you did that about 4 times or so in 70. I'm guessing the ores by itself are around 50 to 60 apiece. Because I guess it depends on which kind you got.
I hit a pretty good vein there.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm also going to assume that you don't litter inside the cave, but who knows?
Yeah, I would hope that doesn't count.
Oops. Ah.
So you had to get to about the 4th floor before you found any of the mithril, whatever it was.
Oh, that wasn't. Oh, but that works.
You upgrade it, yeah. So can you check your total now and see
Total cash?
Your cash, yeah.
240.
And you had 190 at the end. Oh no, you but you bought.
See.
So you do get 10. Yeah, she was right. Yeah. How much did the alcohol cost?
I didn't buy any alcohol.
Throwing away junk ore does count as littering. Oh dear. Okay, so what are you supposed to do with this stuff then?
Sell it, I guess.
You can't eat it. I guess you just deal with it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure that eventually the person you single out, you can make up the difference with gifts and stuff.
Right.
And hopefully by the time that, we come along, we'll be able to stop doing it this way. That is pretty unfortunate.
That's right. I am now full.
It does bug me how, it's like the stuff is already in the ground, you dig it up, and then you put it back in the ground. And somehow that's
littering!
That's bad. Because there's some
litter bug.
There's some kind of earth spirit that goes back and recloses all of the tunnels you make, CC says it may actually be worth it to save them up. You get a lot more junk ore than the more expensive ones. It's unusual to come out ahead.
So are you saying by save it up that I should actually keep the junk and sell them?
Well, see, the problem with that one, CC, is that we only have these 3 slots at the start of the game. It doesn't take. It takes up the time difference is such that. Well, okay, I can see where she's coming from, but it's not very far back to your farm either.
Yeah, that's true.
So just basically grab. Oh yeah, yeah. And since you're digging it up anyway, that should be better on your stamina too, to not have to dig over and over again. So I can see where she's coming from. And that was your third one.
Okay.
Do you know off the top of your head, or I guess, well, maybe not off the top of your head, but if you know, like how much the ores sell for? Because if there's not much of a difference between the.
It was something like none of them sold for more than 50.
You missed. Yeah.
Oh
well.
Yeah. I think I will go ahead and swim in the hot spring, which is kind of stupid in a rainstorm, but.
CC mentioned the littering is just a cultural thing in Japan, but yeah, they did remove it from some of the later games. Yeah, I don't think that it's a thing in the one that I saw in LP, but I'm not sure. He didn't discuss it.
Okay,
that's pretty cute. Just jumping right back out.
And I'm hoping that actually.
I assume that'll recover your stamina some. Yeah. Well, there's a difference between buying paper and wrappers and stuff like that, and just throwing them on the ground, which of course is bad, versus you're actually doing like a little amateur,
a little amateur geology, and then you put the rocks back where you found them.
Right. Yeah, if there's an option to set something down instead of throwing it away to destroy it,
right?
Yeah, like a come back for a later thing, especially when you only have the 2 inventory slots and then your bare hands at the start of the game.
Then, yes, let's go ahead and do a little bit of farm improvement while I'm at it.
Oh, I didn't know that. She mentioned that there is although diminishing, cultural taboo against walking and eating at the same time. So everybody will eat what they buy in front of the vending machine and then use the bins right there. Interesting.
Although obviously that is definitely going down quite a bit.
Right. And I can imagine on a practical basis too, you'd have quite a queue in front of a vending machine if everybody. I imagine it'd be like the office I worked at.
And CC, while I'm at it, I'm sure that you saw the or actually they're starting to wobble a little bit. Is that an example of tiredness or hunger or what?
I don't think food is a thing since you feed yourself, but I think like eating it just to refill your stamina. But yeah, I could be wrong.
Yeah. Well, regardless, I'm going to take some of my newfound wealth and try to purchase something to get some stamina back.
Right. Makes sense.
And hey, oh, I also need to check and see how much are chickens. I bet they're enough.
Oh yeah, because the sooner you can get that going, the better.
Right.
You probably need to buy a chicken coop. I don't know how much that'll cost.
It starts out with one.
Oh yeah, it does. Right. I remember that. Yeah. As a matter of fact,
1,500.
Ooh, that's pretty pricey. Huh. Oh, so trees only there available from noon to 4. Gotcha. That is a fatigue thing. As you tire, the character will show signs of exhaustion, wiping the brow wobble and stuff like that. And this invisible stamina meter relaxing in the hot spring does help.
Okay.
Yeah, and
so I figured, yeah, all of it is basically.
Yeah, in Hero of Leaf Valley, I saw they had a separate gauge for health and stamina. It's like you take. It's like basically stamina could be recovered pretty easily, but it was a lot harder to recover health. And even with like food and stuff like that, and eventually you would track down both gauges enough, you would have to stop and rest.
So fodder. Oh yeah, and cows and sheep both are.
And power berries increases stamina meter. All right, thanks for the tip. I'm guessing those are just things you have to find out and about when you're exploring, or.
When I played it, there was you had to basically dig them up.
Oh,
Hana.
Was there a book about Hana?
Yeah, that was talking about how the guy like always won the dog shows or something like that.
Well, if it's the same dog, or if it's just a name passed down.
Hello, Ridelos.
Hey. And if it is just a book written about that dog, it kind of reminds me of the book in Skyrim that the bard writes about the ladies he's hit on in Whiterun that are right there. It's like there's something that expires quickly. You just imagine, like in real life, some tourist writing about the hottest women I met in L.A. and then, like it's kind of a little weird. So he sells seeds too. So I guess instead of a drug dealer, he's like a seed dealer. Just the stuff you can't really get anywhere else. What is that pink cat stuff?
I'm working on it.
Right. It seems like it charges quite a bit for them too.
Yeah.
Fall. Okay. So we definitely want spring stuff right now. I'm guessing flowers are things you can.
They're probably a gift.
Exactly. Yeah.
So all these are going to be flowers.
Right. Yeah. One of those weird things that. Yeah, I'm guessing that.
I guess I could take a risk on the cabbage. Well, no, I can't because I can't afford them.
Yeah, I don't think you can afford
So
anything
yeah,
except
probably in summer I'll try it.
Yeah, the only one you can afford right now is the green pepper, which you can't plant yet. He was always there, right next to the policeman. I guess he didn't actually find any reason to arrest him. The fact that she's otherwise been a silent protagonist makes me think that the cat said that. You have better things to be doing than talking to a cat.
We have a phone!
Oh, that's wonderful.
Okay, all of those are too expensive.
So if that is an inner monologue box, then like Houston, we have a phone.
Okay, let's go to the supermarket.
Clearly, you need to try examining more things just to see what she thinks about them. A hothouse. Okay, so you can get a greenhouse eventually. So so you have a lot of farmland and potential for more space too. It's pretty. You definitely get a lot of stuff. Hmm. Uh, yeah, I hope that's worth it. Return on investment.
Well, remember, those are I think anyway, they are the ones that linger.
Okay. Well, that is a snooty avatar.
5,000 at the supermarket.
What'd you say?
She bought Duke bought 5,000 G worth at the supermarket.
Well, yeah, given that you're buying seeds for a couple $100, yeah, that's probably not a whole lot in the grand scheme of things.
But Duke isn't a farmer, so at least I don't think he is.
You're just buying a lot of booze.
All right, we go back.
It's true. If each
Plant cucumber seeds.
If each bottle of wine is like 300 or 500, then that's going to... Even if a New Year's Eve party would cost 5,000 G's.
And actually...
Fair
no,
enough.
I don't want to do that quite yet. I'll wait for the next harvest.
Okay. Looks like it automatically waters it, too.
Yeah, because it's raining.
Exactly. I just meant that I just meant that I wasn't sure it would handle it that way.
Right. Okay.
You didn't actually buy
Oh,
seeds.
it's in the box.
Ah. I guess to make sure because you might not have room.
Yeah. Okay. This is so cumbersome, though.
It is a much earlier game than we thought it was.
Yeah. Okay. Whee!
Be free.
Okay. Yeah, it's only 5 days in, so we should have plenty of time for all that.
Right.
Okay.
What could be in the box? You showed the first signs of fatigue, I think.
Yeah, I was planning on going to the hot spring and then doing some more mining.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, this seems like our best option for cash at the start anyway.
Right. There was another cave in there somewhere, but since all of the ore is the same, I don't imagine they'll, switching would actually be that important of a deal.
Right. I just need to make sure that oh, okay. So that kind of wiped her out. Maybe run back and do the. You probably got room for one more.
Well, the hot spring is right here.
True.
So,
Better safe than sorry. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping that with the proceeds on our first batch of produce, the produce proceeds, we can make sure to get a cow. So
we're not going to have enough money for that.
Right. So we haven't actually milked anything yet with our maid.
Yeah, we're not going to be milking anything.
Oh, CC explains you lose more stamina in bad weather like rain. I assume even when you're indoors because it wouldn't have coded that. Or remember to code a distinction rather. So that we won't get any money from that until tomorrow.
Right.
You have enough. It costs money to hang out at the bar.
Right.
All right.
Well, it doesn't cost anything to hang out, but it costs money to get liquor.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. The effect is implied inside, even in the mine and barns. Yeah, I figured. Oh, there we go.
It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny. Okay. Oh, I bet that I should have remembered the lesson from the Harvest Moon game I had played, and given a space in the watered areas so that I could water the one in the middle. I bet I forgot.
Right, yeah.
So I bet that's not going to.
You can't get.
Yeah, I
past
can't get to it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well, I'll just use the scythe to get rid of it.
Or it could just you pull up the sprout and sell it. It may not be much. But
No, you can't do that.
Okay.
See.
Well, you live and you learn.
Yeah, I had known to do that, but I wasn't sure if this game would require you to do it or not.
Right.
So, oh,
Yep. That's the way it goes.
it's not going to matter all that much in the grand scheme of things.
At least
The
it's-
only aggravating thing is that, as a result of that, all of these patches are going to have the same problem over and over again.
Right.
So,
Well, you can.
Oh.
Well, I mean, once you cut one out, you can just.
you can't unhoe a field.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought it would reset like with.
And yeah, that's a good point that CC points out. Just wait and water the middle one later.
Oh, there's a thought. Yeah.
Let's go mining.
I didn't even think about doing it that way. Yeah, what men would usually do is leave a space. You have 8 in each block of 3x3, and just it that way. Oh, so grade the watering can, you charge it up and do the 3x3 in one go. You're right. I remember that from the one that.
The only problem is that you can do the 3x3, but you can't stand in the middle. So I don't think that would actually help out.
Yeah, is it a radius around you? Because
Yeah, it will be.
you're to grab 3 things.
What?
You're to grab 3 things.
No, I didn't.
Oh, no, that's what you were all those gold you're putting away.
Yeah.
I didn't get a good look at it, so I just saw do that kind of the move. I was like, oh, okay, must have stowed it.
Okay, I'm just getting cash. That's that.
Right. Drunk ore better than no ore.
Nor.
So how much do the cows cost?
Something like 2,000 to 3,000.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I will be getting chickens before I get cows.
Well, what do you think, CC? Would you buy a? Now that Ben's mentioned it, would you buy a chicken first, or would you save up a little bit more and get the cow first?
And before I do that, I'll probably have to get grass to start getting fodder for them.
Yeah.
That's another expense.
Mhm.
At least they're not too expensive.
Chickens are the best early game investment. Okay, so I guess we have a maid plucking. Oh, as eggs can turn into more chicken. So if you do it right, you would only need the first chicken. You don't need to buy one chicken because there's presumably some, wandering rooster turning eggs. The chicken festival comes sooner too, or better time for early use. Gotcha. Yeah, we may have to continue this one at some point if we are done to give it a proper,
You can if you want.
Yeah, we will see.
If it comes to Harvest Moon games, I can think of several that I would prefer to play.
Okay. Reedlos asked, do we guys regularly play Harvest Moon games?
No, this is the first time we've played it.
Yeah, this is the first time we streamed one, and what we're doing is the two of us are doing a 12 Days of Christmas themed stream series. So, of course, we got to the 8 Maids of Milken, and of course, we got to do Harvest Moon for that. And after narrowing down the list of the ones that we were familiar with, we could emulate, that we could play and everything,
And that also lets you play as a girl.
and it also lets you play as a girl. This was the top of the list. Oh, and that's CC said there's an incubator in the coop where the eggs magically turn into chicks. Gotcha. That's a little more.
Oh, they're 500 each, so I'll have to save up for them.
That's a little more politically correct than my theories.
Cancel.
Or G-rated, I should say, not
Yeah.
politically correct.
I remember there was a really awkward way that they handled getting more cows in Wonderful Life, where you can use the magic potion to inseminate them, and then the creepy old guy moves you out of the barn or something,
Right.
and it's like there's actual dialogue. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Oh dear.
how do I get to the forest though?
Is that?
Oh, I guess that's just the harvest sprites. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess there are honorary Christmas elves.
Miracle potions. That was
Potion,
it.
yeah. It's a miracle indeed. Oh, this is where the buff guy found you.
Yep. And it looks like I can't do anything. Zach's house. Do not enter without permission.
Even better is in some early Harvest Moon games, there's a program or trick I forgot to take out. If you applied a miracle potion to a cow, then a healing potion. We're waiting for the next line with bated breath. Instead of giving birth 30 to 45 days later, it happened the next day.
Wow.
Nice. So it triggered the script to like make it produce a cow, and then you like apply another potion to remove it, or to override it rather. That is pretty funny.
House Wiffery gossiping. Yes.
Wiffery?
Yep, Wiffery.
Not wifery.
I know none of you can see me just shrugging, but nah. Does it really make a difference?
Yeah. Reedlow said, if you do want to play another Harvest Moonlight game in the future, check out Stardew Valley. Indie Harvest Moonlight coming out on PC this month. Add crafting, combat mechanics. Interesting. So are you kind of more inspired by, or I guess they're more inspired by like Rune Factory or something? So I know in at least some of those, I think it's Rune Factory I'm thinking of anyway, that has like an RPG combat system. Yeah. Ben played one of them on the DS.
Rune Factory 1.
The original, right. And I've been looking at the one for PS3.
Oh, I can hop over weeds. You couldn't do that in previous Harvest, or at least it doesn't feel like you could.
Right. Yeah, a lot of them I don't think you could jump.
Okay, so you have to have a leveled up axe to take care of those.
Right. Yeah, it seems like they do a pretty good job of trying to gate your progress here. Like you need higher end tools to get further. You should be getting those at about the same time you have the upgraded watering can and all that stuff to actually be able to manage all that extra farmland. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Very much Harvest Moon inspired, but takes a few ideas from Rune Factory. Gotcha. And yeah, whichever the Rune Factory was on PS3, I've been thinking about getting it, but I heard that it was like they had the worst reviews on a Metacritic. So I was like, yeah, maybe not, you know. Tides of Destiny, I think, is the one. And, CC, there are other glitches like that which are programmer shortcuts that test things they forgot to take out. For example, showing your dog to Karen in 64 raises the heart meter. It's actually used to raise affection for all the girls in the games in development, but somehow stayed in for just her. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that makes you think they left it in on purpose, you know, if they changed it for everybody else and then left it for her. Like, you know, maybe the... it's a 64 version, you know, the girl that's tough to like, who has a weakness for the cute animals or something.
Oh, yeah, and I can just eat this.
Nom nom nom. So where do you find power berries? You have to start digging in the ground, or... Oh. Sorry, that was the first two are pretty quick, but then they make you wait a little bit on the third one. Here we go. So how much cash you at now? It's 2 days worth of ore.
I'll check after I'm done with this.
Right. I guess this is why they call it Mineral Town. PS3 was not great, Reedlows confirms, recommending either Rune Factory Frontier on Wii or 4 on 3D. I heard 4 was really good. Yeah, we do not have a...
264.
Okay, so we're not making much money with the junk ore and stuff, but better than nothing, I mean.
That's the thing, I mean, we're not going to be making a whole lot either way. So.
Right. And yeah, and like you mentioned, you might as well just sell the junk ore because it's still taking stamina to toss it away, and you're littering and stuff like that.
Litter bug.
Litter bug.
Let's see. Actually, I have much more grass floating around than wood, so I'll use that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I kind of wish that the games that
Oh no!
Yeah, I kind of wish those games would be, you know, some of them would get Steam ports and stuff like that. And not that I'm the biggest fan of Steam either, but it's like, yeah, I haven't really been a big fan of Nintendo after some of the Let's Play stuff they've been doing and everything. And I still like them, you know, don't get me wrong, but, you know, and they're there. And and seeing things like I mentioned earlier in the stream with Shantae getting a Steam release, it kind of encourages there. Not to mention too, I think that the more complex games like Harvest Moon and Rune Factory and all that would work out pretty well. And then, like you mentioned, that Stardew Valley is also going to be on PC. Yeah, CC mentioned that Tides of Destiny had a lot of different mechanics from the other Rune Factory games that had mixed reception. What do you think? Yeah, and you don't have to, do the whole like a community thing. It's like you can be honest opinion.
I would like to think that.
I'm sure you would anyway, but I guess one of those things. Don't feel like you have to defend it. If there's something you like about it, something you don't, you just you can let me know, because I am thinking about getting it. There are a lot of games that. There are a lot of times I would like to chill out with a game, and like when I was taking care of Ben after his car accident, there'd be a couple times when I'd be just like not having much else to do but play video games for an hour or two, and just having not really had anything good to play at those times. So a slow paced game like that would have been good. We didn't have any. I think he may be just too tuckered out to go mining some more. But even though it's only 9 in the morning. That's true. Maybe eat enough stuff and then take a bath and then see where you're at.
Exactly.
Oh, and Tides was the first Rune Factory that you could eventually play as a girl. Oh, what do you mean by eventually? Do you have to beat the game once and unlock it or something? All right. Oh, and then there's some more. I guess save that for the trip back.
Well, I don't need to gorge myself. So.
Oh, true. More junk. Oh, and regular. Okay. There we go. So that's pretty fast, which is definitely better for your stamina.
Right.
I'm guessing the upgrades to the pick there would be to give you more, like, it takes less stamina maybe.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm. So what did you plan for this one? I know the new ones were cucumber.
And I believe I lost one set, and I don't remember which one it was. But I had gotten one of each, which was, I believe, turnips, potatoes, and cucumbers.
Right.
So I have some combination of the above.
You actually play most of the game with the two main characters trapped in the male protagonist's body. Oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm kind of tilting my head at that.
CC liked Tides, but also jumped from the first Rune Factory to it without the interim games to change your perception of it. Okay, so in that case, you would probably think that a guy that has only played one Harvest Moon and no Rune Factories may not have too much of a problem with it. Because that would be where I'd be coming from. But isn't actually. It is kind of neat that you could just walk right into the mayor's house and shoot the breeze with him. It'd be nice if you could, play with the kids, maybe get some affection with the family, but no eligible bachelors in that house, who cares? Reedlow said from what he remembers, the farming aspects took a backseat to the rest of the gameplay, very fragmented. Coming as somebody who loves the harming and Harvest Moon.
Try again?
The farming and Harvest Moon, it kind of felt like the game had lost perspective on its origin to me. I can understand that, yeah. So it sounds like if you like the... Gotcha. So it sounds like that may actually be the game I might like a bit more than compared to fans of this, type of game. So I will definitely look into that, maybe check some videos out and see if it looks like fun. Now, I am pretty much I wouldn't say exclusive, but I'd say probably about 75% PS3. CC said, "Mind she also enjoyed walking around the ocean on the back of the golem." That does sound pretty cool. That's the kind of thing you lead with your recommendation for a game.
More cucumbers.
Mm-hmm. It seems like a pretty good. Yeah, sadly, it looks like we won't be able to get Ghost Dad's herb garden, but
unfortunately.
I wonder. So it mentions that you can buy grass. I guess that's separate from the weeds there.
Yes,
Yeah.
grass you can cut into fodder.
Right,
and it's
right.
500 per thing.
Ouch.
But I believe that they grow year round is the thing.
Right. And the grass like keeps coming back.
Yes,
You're right.
except in winter, I think.
Well, yeah. That's still pretty good though. You know, like most of a year supply. Yeah, that is right. I thought I was going to say surprise there, but
Let's see.
Vex mentioned doesn't know why Harvest Moon would involve combat at all. You know, personally, yeah. The Rune Factory games aren't Harvest Moon games. They're obviously inspired by, but not quite the same.
So this is going to be kind of an ugly farm, but it's okay. We're not going to be playing for too long anyway.
Right. Yeah, no need for OCD farmers here.
Right. Which is kind of funny because in the Harvest Moon games I actually play,
I actually do get, very much into trying to maximize things as much as humanly possible.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like what CC said, it takes the basic Harvest Moon stuff, but it's really an action. It's really an RPG. Yeah. Whereas this one, it's definitely I guess it would be a farming life sim plus the dating and stuff. Yeah, if you're still here, Sway, as you've been quiet for a little bit, if you want to see the origins of the BioWare romance system to give people gifts and stuff, it all started with games like this. Where you had you had characters that you just had this little meter that gradually ticked up as you did nice things for them, and in this one eventually you can marry one. Yeah, very simplistic relationship mechanics, Whereas then you had the whole Tokimeki Memorial series, which was just a juggernaut for Konami back in the day, and then they forgot it existed.
Well, Konami forgot a lot of things, I think.
Yeah, at this point, Konami doesn't know video games exist, Except
narg!
Oh. Poor Ben. And they're not giving you any more. They were okay.
It's what I deserve.
Sway prefers BioWare's way, but these games are great too. Yeah. Yeah, the fancy 3D graphics, a nice coat of paint the BioWare games have does help out a lot. Plus, of course, especially for games like Dragon Age, the combat is a lot more robust than in Rune Factory and stuff.
Well, yeah, because it's actually designed more for
Right. Yeah, one of my favorite games, still even though I haven't played it in years, because I'm trying to arrange a time when, because everybody's busy nowadays. It's like, in my 30s, all my friends are too. It's just hard to get a bunch of people together to set up for some Baldur's Gate time. I definitely would want to do that. CC mentioned there is a mine you can only access in winter that has better.
Is that in the mountain, Natsumi or CC?
Ridlos says that's why I prefer Stardew Valley. It's more inspired by Harvest Moon than Rune Factory. Some combat and story, but emphasis more so on farming than building it up. Gotcha. Yeah. Having seen some of the more recent Harvest Moon games, like I mentioned, Hero of Leaf Valley and stuff. It seems like something I'm definitely going to want to play at some point. Once consoles allows. Vex Thorin said, F Baldur's Gate. Oh, what is your problem, Vex? I love Baldur's Gate. Not like Ben loving Heavy Rain, but... So about how much longer do you want to play with it being...
Not a whole lot longer, I'll admit.
Okay.
I was thinking about, finishing out the first week is probably about where I'll go.
Readless, you may. Ben, so sorry. No, I still love that.
So much produce.
The produce. Yeah. I think that's the thing. It's like it's very, very, very slow paced.
Very slow paced.
Which is fine, and I'm glad we've kept as much of an audience as we have for StardewValley.net. Well, that makes an easy one to remember. I appreciate it. And
Oh, that'll do.
what am I going to do? Uh, well, that's kind of tragic.
Kind of melancholy, yeah.
Right. It would have been nice if you'd had some mandatory interaction with that guy. Oh God! So, wait.
That's a woodcutter.
That is a guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the guy who helped us out.
Oh, okay.
At least I'm pretty sure. Save completed.
Yay.
Boy and girl.
Guess fix yourself a meat bun. All right.
Let's see.
So we're gonna check out the festival thing. Could you actually check in, like, I guess did you automatically get the whatever item that was, or did you have to?
Oh, maybe it's in here.
Oh,
Okay, let me go do my watering first. Do my silly responsible adult things.
well, you know, it is for the harvest goddess. She'd probably approve of making sure to get your chores done first before going to go worship her or whatever that is.
Oh, I can't even water this one anyway. There's a big rock in the way.
Well, you take the long way around, right?
No, the rock is in the way.
Oh, the bottom one, right?
Yeah.
So that's two you miss out on.
No, the one in the middle. Oh, you mean that? Yeah,
Yeah.
that bottom one there. Yeah, I can't get
Yeah,
to
so
it.
that's two, right?
Yeah.
Well, that sucks. I swear that rock was like a Geodude or something, and it moved when you weren't looking. The donuts are delicious.
I think that was supposed to be a meat bun, but I also like the idea of it being a donut,
Well, it could be one of those, like the Chinese donuts. And those are delicious.
which would be a meat bun.
No, the Chinese donuts are like fried bread.
Oh,
and
you mean
sugar,
that?
right.
Yeah. Gotcha. I should know that you eat it at the buffet like every time.
Well, I get like one at the end of it. I have to cut back on my desserts.
Yes, that's why I said every time.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I get one every time. You make it sound like it every time, but just stuffing them in.
No, I meant it literally. Every time we go to a buffet, you have one.
Yes, I have one. Honest folks, you know.
All right, getting dressed.
Well, that's great.
So this is more of a folk festival, I see.
Uh-huh. That's
I
pretty-
can't even run with this.
Yeah, you don't want to trip over your dress and everything. That's pretty cute. Hey, Demore, welcome back.
Hey, Demore.
He always said he always joins the stream to see a game he's never seen before. Well, I hope you're seeing that. This is Harvest Moon.
And unfortunately, you're only going to see a little bit of it unless William wants to take over.
Yeah. Unfortunately, once again, you make it just in time for the end. But yeah, this is the Harvest Moon Boy and Girl for PSP. It is a remake of Back to Nature, which was,
So I'm guessing all of them are going to be locked on a Harvest Day or a Festival Day.
Right. It was a Nikumon, and making Stacey was making fun of the Pokemon habit of calling Japanese food American names. Yeah. Or kind of like in my favorite one was like the first couple Phoenix Wright games, where they like localize everything and pretend it's taking place in LA and everything, and then eventually you see the
The people with ramen bowls on their heads.
right. It's like
Quick, let me take the cow while no one's looking. Cattle rustling.
in your Harvest Goddess disguise, no one will ever be the wiser.
Indeed. I demand a sacrifice. Wait.
Oh, jeez.
Ouch!
He's been in town for a week, dude. Couldn't find a man in a week. What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry, I'm too busy running a farm! At least her amnesia didn't stop her from knowing the folk dance.
Right.
Cactus dance!
Yeah, she's dancing like a pro,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, the QTE event is Y, X.
Or hit it before the boulder gets you. Exactly, CC, like Phoenix Wright's hamburgers, right? Okay, yeah.
Well, thank goodness I had time to.
Well, on the bright side, it looks, I'm guessing none of the other girls had dates either.
Yeah, so. I'm confused.
Do not get dressed.
I guess I'll keep wandering around then.
I don't think you can actually do anything though.
Well, let's find out.
Okay. Well, that took up the whole day.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's a harvest festival.
right. So you definitely made the right call. You know, doing your tours first before you know
Right.
for doing that. I should have figured it would be a mandatory time sequence, but. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else you can do with it.
Well, I'm going to the inn.
Ah, okay.
So it should be open at this hour, and if anything is open.
Right. Yeah, I wonder what if because I noticed that Sunday is in red there. I wonder if that's because it is a Sunday or. Oh, I bet everything's closed for being a holiday. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Which means, yeah, I don't think it was actually possible to get a date for the Harvest Festival.
Well, you would. I think if like for next year's, you'd have to have like enough hearts with somebody by then. But I guess it'd probably be darn near impossible to get one for the first.
I'm guessing that might be something that is to introduce the gameplay mechanic later.
Right.
Of course, I'm not sure if that's the case because they haven't introduced any gameplay mechanics, which kind of frustrates me.
I guess it's possible if you singled out somebody for. And like given him lots of stuff, you might be able to get enough. In the
That's
first
true.
week,
Yeah, maybe if I could force feed gifts to people.
Right. You were trying to think of something to say, but drawing blanks all day. Yep.
Oh, so you were preparing then?
So,
Sorry.
You're talking about drawing blanks. You were here for Unfinished Swan. That was enough blank for everybody. All right.
And I'll see if there were any more cutscenes to have. Nom 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 nom. Otherwise, nope.
that's it.
That's it.
All right.
Yep. And nothing is ready to harvest, so.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that's going to be where I'll call it.
Mhm.
Because it's about 10:40.
Yeah. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Especially
Yep. This was Harvest Moon.
Especially CC and Reedlos, the Harvest Moon fans.
Yep.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you want to, it's one of those things where we've been kind of asking people if they want to see us continue any games we've done for the Christmas special to let us know. And yeah, and it's like we're not opposed to doing a Harvest Moon type game, especially since it's. A lot of you have stuck around a lot more than I was expecting. We're kind of dreading this one in a way because it's like it's a fun it's a fun game, but it's something that
Says the one who didn't play any of it.
well, yeah. CC says thanks for the stream. Make sure to did I remember to hashtag Harvest Moon for this one? I don't remember. Let me check my Twitter real quick. I did. Okay, I did hashtag Harvest Moon. Okay, good. All right. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, and certainly tag it. And so thanks again, folks. And
Well, we might try that game that Riddles was recommending.
Stardew. Yeah. We said it hasn't come out yet, but
That's why I said we might.
we might. Yeah. Well, okay. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow sometime. Possibly early, possibly late, for Shantae for the ladies dancing. And all right. Have a good night, folks.
Yep. Have a good night.